Hello everybody. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're a newcomer. How are you guys? It has been a while. I hope you've all been really well, like genuinely. I feel like I know you guys through my comments, and I genuinely hope you've all been doing well. And you're healthy, and your family's healthy, and you've been having a good 2024 and a good spring or fall, depending on which hemisphere of the earth you live in. I'm happy to see you. A few things before we get into this video. First of all, my door of my apartment keeps like making a slamming noise, I think from the wind. Even though my windows are closed, it keeps slamming. So you've probably already heard it in this video, so I apologize for that. What else? If you watched my videos before, you maybe kind of know the drill. Like, I normally make ASMR content, which is more whispering, but I'm kind of trying to branch out into more like soft-spoken stuff too, for a couple of reasons. First of all, my apartment is so loud that I think using a Blue Yeti mic in such a noisy environment is kind of like hard to do, and I feel like when I talk at a more normal volume, that means that everything is a little bit more equalized and it's less disturbing when the frickin' door keeps slamming, you know? I also just think that soft spoken can be good for kind of a wider audience. Like, if you're watching this to relax and fall asleep, then I hope I can do that for you. And if you're watching just to watch like a normal like video of someone talking, then I hope that this can be entertaining for you too. Yeah, I'm trying to move out of this place in a couple months, so fingers crossed, everybody, that I can have an apartment that's less noisy. So it's just been hard to film these last couple months. Every time I try to film, it would be so freaking noisy. I just couldn't do it. But I don't want to like put out an inferior product for people to watch. But at the same time, like, it gets to the point where I'm not making any content at all. So yeah, I hope that we can all find a happy medium together. Also, it is extremely hot. It's like literally 90 degrees outside right now. At night, it's 90 degrees. And my AC is off so I can film. I just got my AC installed, by the way, like a couple hours ago. So it's been a really hot day. But anyway, okay, so on the topic of today's actual video is divorced dad rock, a beginner's guide to divorced dad rock. Now, few disclaimers before this. I want to talk about what is and is not divorced dad rock, okay? First of all, I live in America, so I don't know what divorced dads listen to in other countries. If you have insights on that, I would love to know what divorced dads listen to in other countries. But in this case, I know American dad rock. Also, this is mostly for Caucasian dad rock. I myself am not Caucasian, evidently, but I don't think minorities even really get divorced, which is not a dig. That's not a dig at Caucasians or minorities. That is just, I think, that's a whole nother video we can delve into. I am very much pro, like, people, you know, doing what's best for them, so yeah, we're not gonna get into this right now. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not sure what like minority, like ethnic divorced dads listen to. If you are a divorced dad of color watching this right now, please let me know what kind of music you listen to. Maybe it's exactly what I'm gonna talk about in this video. Okay, what else? This is also not regular dad rock. I think there's a difference between divorced dad rock and regular dad rock, and I think that's an important distinction to make too. I think regular dad rock is more like Led Zeppelin vibes, and I don't think I can name a single Led Zeppelin song. Sorry if that exposes my gap in musical knowledge. If you have any Led Zeppelin songs to recommend me, please let me know. But I don't know if I like them that much. I don't know. So yeah, we're not talking about regular dad rock. We're talking about divorced dad rock. I'm not that much of an expert on regular dad rock because I was raised in a in an ethnic family, and I don't know, I wasn't really raised on music like that. Like, I feel like mostly like Caucasians know more about like regular dad rock than I do because their dads were actually listening to that stuff. So yeah. Other disclaimer is that this is not a comprehensive breakdown of artists and albums. If you have recommendations for further divorced dad rock, please let me know. I am hungry for more. But this is just music that I myself listen to. I'm not going to talk about anything that I don't know about. So this is just a smattering of knowledge and opinions that I have about dad rock. This is not the beginner, this is not the expert's guide. This is just a beginner's guide, you know? So that's what I have to say. Okay, now that we are 6 minutes into the video, we are actually going to talk about divorced dad rock. Okay. So, number one that you probably expected going into this video, the first band that I have to mention is Nickelback. Now, Nickelback, over the years, they have caught a lot of flack. They have been mocked, ridiculed, clowned on. People love to make fun of Nickelback. Okay, sorry, I figured out how to make my front door stop banging, so thankfully hopefully that's gonna stop. Okay, so Nickelback, they've been clowned on a lot. I am a huge Nickelback fan. Well, I guess huge isn't the right word because I maybe know like 5 songs by them, but I really like those 5 songs. I would say the number one Nickelback song that I would recommend, that is my favorite Nickelback song and is actually probably one of my favorite songs ever. Like, this song is one of my favorite songs outside of even the genre of divorced dad rock, and that song is How You Remind Me. Okay, I find it necessary to start with this band and this song because I think that they are like the perfect example of divorced dad rock. I think they're like the number one thing people think of, and How You Remind Me is my favorite song out of all of these songs that I'm talking about. So definitely check it out if you don't know that song. It's freaking epic. I think that a lot of the songs in this genre are like epic vibes, you know? So yeah, so that's a good one. I would say like Rockstar by Nickelback is also probably like my second favorite song by them. That one got a lot of radio play. To this day, sometimes I'll play on the radio, which really lifts my spirits every time I hear it. The classic refrain, hey, hey, I want to be a rock star. Just, I think a lot of people can relate to that, you know? What else? I have my phone here with a playlist of everything that I want to talk about so I can reference it. So, I think another band, oh, also I want to say Photograph by Nickelback. I know that it was like, it got made fun of a lot, like, look at this photograph. Like, I think it's funny, but I like listened to it all the way through the other day, and it is genuinely actually such a good song. Like, the chorus when they're like, goodbye, goodbye. It gets stuck in my head. It's really good. So honestly, don't sleep on Nickelback. Stop shitting on Nickelback. They deserve more respect. They've come out with tons of bangers. Okay, so anyway, number 2, and this is also one of my faves, and I actually think I'm gonna go see him live this summer. Number 2 is Daughtry. Chris Daughtry. I think that he got famous on American Idol many, many years ago. I think that's how he got his start. The number one recommendation I would have for Daughtry is It's Not Over. It's Not Over. Also one of my favorite songs ever, even outside of this genre. So epic. I at my birthday party last year, somebody started playing It's Not Over by Daughtry. Actually, who am I kidding? It was definitely me. I was the one that played It's Not Over by Daughtry. And like when it gets to the part, like he has this chorus, trying to do it right this time around. Okay, he like does that, right? But then like near the end, he kind of like, they have that, when songs will like have a chorus over and over, and then there'll be like a pause in like the beat, like everything will go silent, and then they bring everything back even harder. So when he does that, cause part of me is dead and in the ground, and then it's like everything like stops for a second. This love is killing me. Yeah, I definitely like pissed myself a little bit when that part came on my birthday. May we all have a song that makes us lose a little bit control of our bladders because we're dancing so hard. Okay, so Daughtry is also a really good one. Other songs by him, like Feels Like Tonight, I feel like that is like really like can get a divorced father, and it feels like I'm also always imagining all of these songs being played as this imaginary divorced father in question is like driving. Like I always imagine they're driving. It might be like the middle of the day, honestly, in this like fantasy that I have of this divorced father who is listening to Daughtry. I always imagine they're driving, like maybe they have to like go pick up their kids from school or something, and they're just like depressed as hell. So yeah, it Feels Like Tonight I would say is like more of a softer one by Daughtry. I feel like this is kind of a niche video. Like, is anybody even gonna watch this? Like, if you actually like don't know any of his music, you're just gonna be like, what is she talking? I don't know these songs she's talking about. But hopefully, like if you do know those songs, you can think about how much you love them with me. Okay. Another really important mention for this genre is Creed. Now, Creed has been around for a long time, and I actually think I'm going to see them this summer too. They're going on tour. Creed and Daughtry, and I think Three Doors Down are going on tour, and my friends and I are going to go. See you there. See you at the tour. But yeah, Creed, I would say With Arms Wide Open. With Arms Wide Open is probably their most popular song, but Higher is a really good one. If you like Creed and you haven't seen the YouTube video where they perform Higher on, I think it's like a Thanksgiving football game for their halftime show, they do a performance of Higher. And I believe this performance was in 2001. And so like November of 2001. So this was about 2 months after 9/11, okay? And this performance that they give on the football field is like the singer, he's like flying around in the air like Jesus. Like they're all wearing like white uniforms akin to Jesus. There is a choir of little children singing gospel. They like montage their performance with clips of like first responders on the scene. At the end, they release white doves into the air. This is like, for some reason, my friends and I have watched this video so many times. So I highly recommend, having a brewski or two with your buddies and watching this live performance of Higher by Creed. And it might just bring a tear to your eye. Okay, so what else? I think another good band in this discussion is Lifehouse which is a little bit more mainstream too. I would say Lifehouse is on the radio a little bit more. They have a little bit more of accessible music. Like I feel like you hear Lifehouse at like weddings and stuff. Like you hear it maybe for a first dance. Some notable songs from Lifehouse. I love Lifehouse. They have You and Me, which is so beautiful. Really romantic song. It is, see, this is like it's divorced dad rock, but like it's something that a divorced dad would like maybe like stare into the bottom of a bottle of whiskey and listen to, you know. Whiskey, 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 whiskey. You and Me, and then there's another song by them that's really good. Oh, Hanging by a Moment. A really good song. I used to listen to that song on my iPod Nano back in the day. Also a really, really beautiful love song. They have a lot of good love songs. They also have like I remember when Halfway Gone came out, that was on the radio a lot. 'Cause I'm halfway gone and I'm on my way. That one reminds me for some reason of shopping at an outdoor mall with my aunt. Really, really specific memory that comes to mind for me with that song, but that's probably not relatable to you guys. So yeah, Lifehouse is really good. They're a little bit more I would say that a common thread with like all of these bands is they have really like grungy voices. Tough, you know. Brings to mind like imagery of like howling wolves or something, you know, or like maybe like a pickup truck, but pickup truck is more of a country vibe, but like howling wolves and like maybe like Mountain Dew or something. Like, do you guys like what I'm saying? Like something about like it's manly, but there's also something like a little bit like funny about it almost. Like it's so dramatic that it's like funny a little bit. I don't know. When I listen to divorced dad rock, like I like really get into theatrics. Like when you sing along, you're really like, I'm trying to do it right this time around. You know what I mean? Honorable mention, Kryptonite by Three Doors Down. I don't think I really know any other Three Doors Down songs, so I can't really speak on them. I know that there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing here, guys, like Lips of an Angel. Is that what the song's called? By Hinder and like stuff like that. Like I just personally don't listen to these songs that much. Kryptonite by Three Doors Down used to be my favorite song. That was like, I think I was like line wiring that song to listen to it on my iPod Nano, or like YouTube to MP3ing it to listen to it on my iPod Nano. Very like desktop computer vibes. Kryptonite by Three Doors Down. I debated on whether or not to put Linkin Park in this genre. I was discussing this with my friend, and he said that Linkin Park isn't divorced dad rock. It's more like the son of a divorced dad rock, which I thought was really funny, and I wanted to share that really insightful comment with you guys. But obviously, you know, like in the end, like Linkin Park has a lot of good songs. Also, like huge Linkin Park fan since day one. R.I.P. Chester Bennington, who I actually heard the other day was maybe assassinated, not suicide. He knew too much type of vibes. But regardless, rest in peace to that man. Regardless, rest in peace to Chester Bennington. Forever in our hearts. But yeah, Linkin Park. When I said Mountain Dew, like as a vibe, I think that that's like more the Linkin Park vibe. Like it's more of like, for me personally, like that was what I was listening to in middle school. But they have that like really like intense emotion going on in their songs that I could see a divorced dad listening to, you know. I mentioned In the End because that is the most famous one, and also that's like not all of their songs have like the rap element of it. I can't remember the name of the guy that raps in it. I also found out that the guy that raps in it is also the guy in Fort Minor. Do you guys know anything about that band? But yeah, I think In the End is a good example because it has that, like, first of all, everyone knows it, and it also has that, like, mix of super angsty, like, rock vibe, but there's also, like, this grungy piano and, like, rap going on that I feel like divorced dads probably really like. Um, but they have so much other stuff too. Like, I'm thinking of, like, Crawling is, like, a good scream, you know, more of their screamo genre. What I've done, like, just, like, you know, a little bit whinier. Numb, obviously, that has, like, some rap involved too, the Jay-Z version. So yeah, so that I think is, let me know what you guys think, if you think that counts as, like, divorced dad rock, or as my friend said, if it's just the son of a divorced dad. Um Honorable mention, The Reason by Hoobastank. I hate that. I hate that name of that artist, but Hoobastank, and the reason. No, how does it go? I'm not a perfect person. Like that, I'd say also is, like, more of, like, sad, like, not as much, like, angry at his ex-wife, but, like, more like missing her. Like, some of the songs that I'm saying, that I'm mentioning, are like when the divorced dad is angry at his ex-wife, and other songs that I'm mentioning are more like he's having moments of vulnerability where he is, you know, alone and finally admitting to himself that he misses her and can't live without her, you know, but there's nothing he can do about it. So there's that, like, extreme sense of pain and sadness. Yeah, guys, that's kind of all I have for you today. Chevelle also, but I don't really listen to Chevelle. Like, I'm thinking of, like, other stuff like Sugar Ray, and, like, I love Sugar Ray, and I think Sugar Ray should be talked about all the time, especially now that it's summer. But, like, I just wanted to mention stuff that I felt was, like, really in the right realm, you know. But yeah, I hope that this video didn't feel like a waste of time. I kind of was just talking about songs I like. But if you know, I hope that if you didn't know any of these songs, you can get into this genre, you know, get into some stuff you like. If you knew the songs already, I hope that you maybe listen to some, you know, run some streaming numbers out for my boy Daughtry, you know, or for Nickelback, you know, maybe go out into the world this week and say something nice about Nickelback offhand to someone. Together we can change the public's false opinion on Nickelback. They deserve more respect. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and love you guys, and hopefully we can chat soon. Bye.